We're live.
Oh, we're live, Ryan.
Yes.
What's up, guys? This is Alex Kelly back here with another episode of the Furloughed Film Talks podcast here with Ryan.
What's up, everybody?
We are here on a Monday for our Tuesday episode. We've got a badass episode, Ryan, don't we?
We do, yeah.
We have Jon Carlo, the writer and director of Furloughed, here with us later to talk about his movie, which has just been purchased by Vertical Entertainment.
Yep.
So really cool talk. This is episode 80. So we are 20 episodes away from our 100th episode. Would Jon...
Crazy.
That's fucking nuts. Would Jon be one that we bring back for the 100th?
Maybe.
I would definitely say so.
The 100th episode is going to be around the time that his movie's coming out, right?
Exactly. So we will definitely have to have him back. Alexander Chapman will definitely be a 100th episode returning guest.
Yeah, for sure. We can only have so many guests on our 100th episode.
We're having 100 guests for our 100th episode, right?
We don't have 100. Okay.
We'll figure it out. If I get homeless people off the streets to give you...
Bring the homeless people up
Yes.
to our apartment and
Yes.
get them on the podcast?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll figure it out. But
You want to talk about last episode?
What happened last episode?
I don't know.
No, fuck off. So, Jon Carlo, a little bit later, is going to be on with us to talk about his new movie, Furloughed. If you are interested in checking out our social medias, we are on Instagram at Furloughed Film Talks and Twitter at Furloughed Film. We're on YouTube, live streaming all of our episodes from now on. So subscribe to the channel.
We'll be live streaming Mondays and Thursdays.
Yes.
Around 8:30ish to 9.
Not
Central
Ryan,
Standard
it's not
Time.
Ryan's fault, but whenever the YouTubes allows us to get on, sometimes it gets a little weird.
Sometimes it's my fault. Sometimes it's your fault.
Sometimes it's just God's fault.
Sometimes it's Max's fault.
Yeah, sometimes we just like to blame other people. So
Right. Like the dog.
Yes, or the weather outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was last week.
We
did
do
today.
really are quite
all over the place.
Yeah.
That's just life.
We'll kind of cancel for no reason whatsoever.
Last week was a good reason though.
I mean, sure. Like
we didn't know if we'd have power.
We didn't know if we'd have power. We did have power.
And then at midnight we had the alarms going off. So
yeah, I mean,
in the middle of the interview last Tuesday, we had the fire alarms going off, and then got an email saying it was because the pipes had burst. So
good times.
We had reason. But we are going to have a slew of reviews today. Before we get to Jon, we will be reviewing the 7th episode of Wandavision. There was a big reveal on this past week. So there's 2 episodes left on Wandavision. So if you are not caught up on Wandavision on Disney Plus, spoilers are ahead later. Do not listen to that.
Yeah, it's been ample time. It's been a whole weekend of time since episode 7 came out. So big spoilers.
Don't check that out. When we get to that part, just skip ahead 10-15 minutes. We will then review Nomadland, the new movie that just came out, wide released in theaters and also on Hulu same day, from Chloe Zhao, starring Frances McDormand. Ryan has some spicy hot takes about that movie. We will have a long, lengthy discussion about that. But first, we got to talk about a piece of movie news that dropped Thursday or Friday on the Twitterverse.
Really?
As there is a new Supergirl in town.
Okay.
Sasha Calle.
What happened to the old Supergirl?
That was the TV version of Supergirl.
This is the movie version of Supergirl?
Yes. She is going to appear in The Flash.
The movie?
Yes.
Which probably will never fucking happen.
No, well, they're filming it right now.
Oh, are they?
They are, yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Miracle of miracles.
Right. So, Sasha Calle, Calle, I don't know how you say that out loud. Callie?
I have no idea.
Cool. So, with Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck already confirmed to reprise their iterations of The Dark Knight, the roster for Warner Brothers' Ezra Miller-led The Flash has continued to grow as director Andy Muschietti took to Instagram to reveal that Sasha Calle, she was in The Young and the Restless, has been cast as Supergirl.
Wait, is that a soap opera?
Yes.
Okay.
For the DC Extended Universe project.
That's promising.
Yeah.
Out of all the fucking actresses in the entertainment world,
they went with The Young and the Restless.
They get an actress off of
soap opera.
The soap opera, yeah. Remember? Okay, side note on soap operas.
Perfect.
I texted you a few weeks ago and told you the guy from Blue Mountain State is doing soap operas now.
Alex Moran.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where were you? You were in a doctor's office or something.
No, it was at the gym. They had it. Yeah, it was on like the carding machine, and they had it on.
That's funny.
One of the 50 televisions at Lifetime.
Christ.
Yeah, no, but that's not encouraging that they had to get.
Warner Brothers first revealed that their Flash film would be inspired by Jeff Johns and Andy Kubert's Flashpoint comic as early as 2017. The studio even went so as far as to change the movie's title to Flashpoint. But following last month's announcement of the film's 2022 release date, it doesn't sound like this is still the case. This movie has been through so many fucking rewrites. Like,
did they get a like solid release date, or did they just say it's going to be in 2022?
I think they said just 2020. Oh no, the Ezra Miller-led Flash movie is now scheduled to be released on November 4th, 2022.
Okay, so we got Ezra Miller's a Flash. He's out there punching women out at bars. We got.
He's in the middle of a store.
I thought it was outside like a.
No, because you can see like bouncy balls behind him. Behind her. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
So we got Ben Affleck, who doesn't really want to be Batman anymore.
No.
We got the washed up Batman from the 80s.
89, yeah, so early 90s, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Michael Keaton's awesome. I'll let him do anything he wants. It's weird. But it's the Supergirl
We're going to have 3 Batmans in 2022.
Yes.
That's too many Batmans.
You can never have enough Batmans, Ryan. That's my insight into all this. I think
you can have like any Batman more than one Batman is.
Is too many Batman.
It's too many Batmans.
Too many Batmans.
Yeah.
No, I think this is cool. The way that they announced it, basically like putting it up on Instagram, like them telling her, and they like show her the Superman, outfit, and she just starts bawling. Like, it was a cool moment.
Oh, they like filmed her live reaction to learning she's gonna be Supergirl.
Yeah,
that's kind of cute.
It was nice. It was like a nice moment, and I don't think it's going to be a huge role in this movie. Like, it'll probably just be a couple minutes of screen time.
Is Superman going to be in it?
No,
probably not.
Probably not.
He's like, that's another weird thing. Like they said Henry Cavill was done, but then he came back and said like, no, I'd come back if they wanted me to, or something weird.
Everything within the DCEU is all up in the air. Because, like, I do not believe for a second that if Snyder Cut, whatever the fuck you want to call it, blows up, that they don't, like, say, oh, we're going to do another Justice League. Like,
oh my God, can you fucking imagine?
Like, I do not think for a second they have permanent, like, fucking plans.
So, like, they could just, like, reverse their cancellation of like the DCEU, run with another like Snyder, like a Zack Snyder Justice League 2 at the same time that you have Robert Pattinson playing Batman. In like,
I could see it 100%.
God, what a shit show!
It would be a shit show, but it would be
so
on brand.
Whenever we talk about DC, it literally always comes down to what a shit show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's always the conclusion we come to.
And that's why I'm just like, I could totally see them doing that, because I could totally see them having Snyder Cut come out in 3 weeks and it blows up and everybody loves it and everybody wants to see more of it.
Yeah.
And they've already capitulated to the fans once by doing this. If they think they can make money off this, they'll do it. They'll fucking go for it. And I would see them doing it in a heartbeat.
It would have to be like a monumental success, though. It would have to be something where like all the critics are have it highly rated, and it like garners Warner or HBO Max like huge subscription numbers.
It has to blow it out of the water. Like,
there's no way a 4-hour Snyder Cut's gonna do that.
I'm just saying, if it is something that goes insane when it comes out, then don't put it past them. So there's my insight.
We'll see.
But that is what's going on with the Flash movie. Supergirl has now been cast. Sarah Call is going to be Supergirl. There's also news about movie theaters. in New York City, they are going to be opened up for, I think like 50 people can be in theaters early March. So March 5th is when Cuomo has said they can do this when they're not, limiting the number of people who have been killed in nursing homes. They're opening up movie theaters. So
awesome.
Yeah. So that's
Dude, COVID numbers are like plummeting.
That's just way too depressing for
Okay.
all that type of stuff. Let's get into something that's even more depressing. WandaVision.
Why is that depressing to you?
The whole episode of episode 7 is basically Wanda being depressed and
that's true.
Being sad
kind of.
and staying in bed and not wanting anything to do with her children. There's the review of episode 7. But WandaVision, Disney Plus, episode 7 came out. Ryan, do you want to give a quick recap, or did I just basically recap it right there?
It's really hard to do a recap because basically nothing happened in this episode.
Yeah, this is very much, and I saw somebody, or we watched somebody who said in a review that's basically a filler episode.
It's for sure a filler episode.
If you want to look up the definition of what a filler episode is, this is the perfect definition.
Yeah.
Except for the last 5 minutes of the episode.
Yeah, and if the whole episode had just been that last 5 minutes, nothing else would have changed. I guess so. Basically, it starts off. This is a Modern Family / The Office rendition.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the 2000s,
right? And so Wanda is kind of the depressed, tired mom from Modern Family.
Yeah.
Vision is still lost out near the edge of Westview.
Of the Hex.
Yeah, he's in the circus with Darcy. Yeah, and so Darcy explains to him kind of all the events that happened leading up to Westview with Thanos and the snap and
basically fills in for him everything that's going on.
Yeah, she serves as the grand expositioner. So he learns all that, and then literally, besides Vision learning what happened prior to Westview, and then the big reveal at the end of the episode where we find out that Agnes.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Cool.
Agnes Hart.
Agnes is now Agatha Harkness.
Harkness, right? Which is one of the.
She is a witch. She has been a witch in the comics, and in the comics, she is old enough to have been around since the Salem witch trials. She survived the Salem witch trials.
Mm-mm.
What?
Hartford witch trials.
No, both.
They said Hartford in the show.
Yeah, but she's been around since the Salem witch trials. In the comics, she's been around since those.
Okay, well, in the show.
Anyways,
they explicitly say Hartford.
In the show?
I'm almost positive. Yeah.
I'll have to go back and look.
Or maybe it's something else I saw over the weekend.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Anyway, let's not get bogged down on that. Anyway, she's a witch. So she's evil. It's weird, though, because in the comics, she's more of an ally to Wanda, and now it's very much an adversarial type of relationship.
Really?
So it's going to be interesting to see if this is a red herring moment, if there's going to be another person who's really controlling her,
right?
And she's really just trying to help Wanda, become more powerful to kind of shield her from all the grief that she's going through, or if she's really just a badass bitch who wants to suck all the power from her and give her children over to Mephisto so that the devil can come back. Who knows? So,
right.
It
was a really cool 5-minute reveal though, because they did the whole flashback scenes where they revisited some of the scenes from the previous episodes, but then it shows how she was controlling things in the background with a little purple magic. So that was really interesting. And then we had
mid-credit scene.
Yes, mid-credit scene.
Yeah.
Where I guess this is another big thing.
No, for sure, yeah.
What's her face?
Monica Rambeau.
Who
now has powers.
Right. She forced her way back into the Westview anomaly and made it to Wanda's house, and then fought with Wanda a little bit.
Yeah.
That's where we kind of saw that she has some sort of powers now. And then she eventually makes her way over to is it Agnes or Agatha? What's her real name now?
Agatha.
to Agatha's house, and she finds like the entrance to the basement where Wanda like finds out that she's Agatha Harkness. But as she's opening the basement entrance,
Pietro.
Yeah. Evan Peters Pietro comes up and says
something along the lines of, "What you doing there, bud?" And yeah, like it cuts.
Yeah, so it's kind of implies that Evan Peters Pietro is in league with Agatha Harkness.
Well, yeah, and in that flashback, you can see that she's the one who like manifested him there.
Yeah.
So that opens up did she basically create this version of Peter Maximoff, or did she rip this Pietro from the X-Men world and has now basically torn the fabric between all these different multiverses?
Yeah, I'm still of the mind that this has nothing to do. That this was just like a meta,
like kind of poking fun at it all.
Yeah, like this literally has no relationship to the X-Men universe whatsoever. They just happened to they just hired the same guy to be like, this would be cool.
So yeah, I could totally see them doing that.
But because they could have totally used the same actor. They could have used the Petra actor and just been he's back from the dead. And
Aaron Taylor Johnson. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's going to be really interesting to see how they explain all that. I'm very much looking forward to this week's episode because I think they always, most shows, the second to last episode, the penultimate episode, always ends in an insane cliffhanger. We're going to get a lot of answers this week, and it's going to end on something that's going to basically blow people's minds for that last episode.
That'd be cool.
And it's going.
I saw a lot of people thinking that Magneto is going to be in this next episode.
Yeah, I keep seeing people say something about Magneto being in one of these next two. I don't think they're going to do something with Magneto. I'd be kind of surprised, but
I really hope they age up the kids into like the same age they would be if they made like a Teen Avengers movie.
Yeah, or like around Kate Bishop's age.
Yeah,
which is what they like. I think what everybody assumes they're going to do is a Kate Bishop, Young Avengers, New Avengers, whatever the hell they're going to call it.
That'd be badass. I want to see my boy Wiccan.
Is Wiccan your boy now?
Yeah, Wiccan's my boy, dude.
Okay.
I like that fucking uniform.
The blue and red.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking dope. No, I think it is a filler episode, but it does give you some very good information about where the show is going to be going moving forward. But these next two episodes are going to be fucking wild, and I can't wait.
Yeah. So, how long do you say the next one's going to be? It's like almost
47, 48 minutes.
Okay. So really 40 minutes since their credits are like 10 minutes.
Their credits are literally movie length.
Yeah.
I'm
tired.
I don't know, man. I did do shit today, Ryan.
You slept till 11 and
I didn't sleep till 11. I woke up at like 8 and just laid in bed. Cool. I did. So you just didn't come get me up to go work out. You left without me.
So sorry.
This is our bickering that we do by ourselves.
All day.
Yeah. But we went and saw a movie this weekend, Ryan. We watched a couple movies this weekend, but one.
What movie do we see?
We watched Nomadland, Wandavision. We watched Ted Lasso. We got through all the way through that.
Yeah, finished Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso is badass. If you haven't watched that show,
it's pretty funny.
4.75 out of 5. We watched something else too.
I don't think we did. I think that's all we saw.
Fuckers. We watched the little things. We watched this. Do you really not watch anything else?
I don't think so.
Damn. Okay.
Who was the little things? Oh yeah.
Yeah, Rami Malek.
But we reviewed that.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought we watched something else. I don't think so.
All right, that's fine.
Did we?
We did.
We watched something else.
We did.
Did we watch something else Friday night?
Yeah, we definitely did.
What was it?
Shit. What did we watch?
I don't know. Oh. Was it DVD?
No, because it was something on streaming.
Wait. Was it on Netflix?
Oh, I care a lot.
Yeah. That's right. I care a lot.
Want to do a quick review of that?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Everybody's blowing up about this movie, and I kind of was just like, cool.
No, it was good.
It was good, but it's just not like
the ending was like I didn't like the ending too much.
Let's not spoil anything. Like, this is very much a very quick review of this movie.
Okay, I mean, here, let me pull the synopsis.
Look up the synopsis.
I don't want to.
I love how we've completely forgot about it. That's how much of an impression this movie left on us.
I mean, we watched so much goddamn stuff. What was it called? I Care a Lot?
I Care a Lot with Rosamund Pike.
Okay, a shady legal guardian lands in hot water when she tries to bilk a woman who has ties to a powerful gangster. And it stars Rosamund Pike,
Peter Dinklage,
and then a bunch of other nobodies.
Molina guy or whatever the fuck his name, Messina, was in not Fantastic Beasts, Harley Quinn and the Emancipation Birds of Prey movie.
Yeah, so I mean, it was actually the first 80% of it was awesome, and then the last 20% was just kind of like,
man,
yeah.
And here's the thing. And this is a testament to how, I guess, good the movie is. I hated all the characters. And, if a movie makes you feel that, strongly about somebody, then it's doing something right. I understand that.
Right.
But these are so unlikable of characters that it's just fuck this entire movie. And,
what ended up happening to the main character, I wanted to happen. I just didn't want it to happen in that way.
In that form. But I like the message that it sends at the end where it's even if you should not overlook anybody, because if you overlook anybody, that could be your downfall. That's kind of the message I got at the end. So that's a cool message.
And I also feel kind of bad for Rosamund Pike. That's a
Rosamund Pike.
Unique name.
It is.
She's
some unique
she's now typecast as the batshit crazy psychopath.
But she takes those fucking I saw a tweet where it was you play a psychologically fucked up something, and she's like, I'm in. It's just that's what she does now. So it's if that's
she
what
does
she
it
wants,
well, I guess. I mean,
if that's what she wants to fucking do, then go for her. Good for her. But I think it's a really good movie. Emily, I don't know if she listens to the show anymore.
Our cousin?
Yes, I'm fucking with her. She loved this movie. She was texting me as we watched it. So I think it's something that people should check out. It's about 2 hours on Netflix.
Yeah.
Weird case where it's on Netflix here in America, but up in Canada, it's on Amazon Prime. So that doesn't happen too often.
I didn't
so for a Canadian audience.
That, again, we watch so many fucking movies, I can't keep track. But this wasn't a Netflix production. It was produced by someone else, I think.
Yeah, I think not Sony, because that's Apple.
No, so it's, I don't know, I guess just Netflix is distributing it in the US and Amazon Studios is doing it internationally.
Yeah.
And it's by...
Because it was at TIFF. I know some people...
Okay, so it's by Black Bear Pictures and STX. Okay, I'm thinking of something else.
Anyways.
But,
so yeah, no, it's a good movie. I think people should watch it.
Yeah, it's a super good movie.
It's obviously blowing up right now on social media. So.
It's really...
It's pretty different.
It's really weird because I was thinking after we saw Nomadland, I was so much more intrigued and invested into I Care a Lot than Nomadland, which is
I'll fight you on that just because I think and I said this to you and I don't remember exactly what you said, but I think the characters and the people of Nomadland are so very different from what you really like. So,
no, here I'll put it this way, and you don't have to fight me on it. It's just
I want to fight you, Ryan.
It's your subjective opinion, but I remember I got up to go to the bathroom while we were watching I Care a Lot, and I literally fast walked into the bathroom and back because I didn't want to miss I'll give it a 3.75 out of 5.
Yeah, like I said, I thought it was a good movie, but the characters are very unlikable, and the way it ends just kind of leaves not the best taste in your mouth of oh, that's a cool ending. I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I might have, but that's me.
I thought it was good.
Okay.
I liked it.
So, Nomadland, which is where we get into the spicy hot takes portion of this fucking show.
Yeah.
Directed by Chloe Zhao, is going to be the Best Picture winner at the Oscars. I'm calling it now.
It better not be.
I'm calling it
100%
right now.
better not be.
I'm calling it now. So it's going to win Best Director too, probably Best Adapted Screenplay. Frances McDormand's probably going to win Best Actress for shitting in a bucket. So
are we going hard spoilers on this one? I think we should.
Sure. Yeah. Fuck it.
Okay.
Hard spoilers on this one.
Spoiler alert. Dude. Okay. What did I tell you while we were walking out of the theater? What was my headline for this?
I don't think you can say it if I remember correctly.
No, I can say it.
All right, go for it.
So, actually, no, I really can't.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
and here's what I'll do the clean edited version of it. Mentally unstable woman goes across the country, not really across the country, but she like travels in a van and has different jobs, and you see like the country, which like, yeah, but this movie is more about, and that's why I was like, I will fight you on some of this stuff. Like, you got to move past like some of the surface level stuff, and it's more really about people dealing with grief and dealing with like going across the country, or not across the country. Fuck, she goes like into one state, doesn't she? She goes from like Nevada.
No, she goes from
Nevada
to Arizona to South Dakota. I don't know.
Hold on, wait. She goes from Nevada. I guess I didn't do this in my head. She goes from Nevada to Arizona to South Dakota.
Yes. And then I don't know where. I'm pretty sure she went back to the West Coast after South Dakota. It was one of the coasts.
Well, she ends up back in Nevada because she's back at the Amazon facility warehouse.
So let's give a brief synopsis to set this up, right? So, Frances McDormand plays this lady whose husband had worked for a local company in a place called Empire, Nevada, where the entire town was based around, I guess, a sheetrock company.
Yeah, a rock company of some sort.
Yeah, and then the plant closed down in 2011, and
basically just eviscerated the entire town.
Yeah, and within 6 months, like no one was living in this town. Like I think the pre-title said that the zip code had been discontinued.
Yeah,
within 6 months of the plant shutting down. And so as a cause of this, like her husband dies shortly thereafter, and then she's left to, find work where she's able. She's not really qualified for anything. So, throughout the course of this movie, she's like 6 or 7 different jobs. And then this is really like the expose of the people that are left behind as a result of like the deindustrialization of America, and like all those jobs are lost, and like either these people that were affected by that, or the people that like just from the jump weren't able to get a foothold in like the normal economy, because they definitely show people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s who are like living this nomad life, but they also show people in their teens and in their 20s who presumably didn't lose their jobs due to factory jobs maybe overseas, but they probably were high school dropouts or never got the opportunity to go to college and whatever. So, yeah, that's the synopsis of the movie. It basically follows her as she travels around the country, working different jobs and trying to basically survive living out of her van.
Yeah, which like my thing about this movie, I really like this movie. It doesn't start out in a really promising way because it starts out with her kind of getting used to the nomad life. So they do kind of the not cheap, but very by the books of, hey, this is how people do this life type of thing. So you see her pissing in a field, you see her shitting in a bucket, you see her cooking food, or like getting just used to that nomad life. And you see all these people that she interacts with. I think this movie really hits its stride really well is when you dive deeper into what led her into this lifestyle and what the psychological problems, the psychological or just mental, hurdles that she's had to go through the last couple of years, dealing with her husband dying, dealing with her entire community dying, and dealing with the fact that she now has she's alone. But then you get into this idea of, even if you don't see people that often, if you don't see people as often as you would like, you still have people that you love and you care that you will see in the future. And one of the lines that somebody says is, I don't ever say goodbye. I say, I'll see you down the road. And that's something that to me hit really close to home. And that's why I like this movie a lot. Even past like some of the problems that it does have, I think that hit really close to home and is a great message for a lot of people, because especially right now, in the times that we're going through, you don't get to see your friends or your family as often. So it's like, just keep in the back of your head, it's not, oh my God, I don't have friends or family, or I'm not going to see them for a really long time. Like, you're going to see them at some point. That's why I think this movie worked really, really well. So
yeah, I mean, for all those same reasons, like kind of like it worked in the opposite way for me, right? Where
you had a problem with the fact that she distanced herself from her family.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I had a problem with the fact that, like, characters don't have to be like perfect people, or like characters shouldn't be perfect people, and characters should have defects. But like, the major issue I had with it, and it's probably like a pretty personal like take on the movie, I thought it was a good representation of the type of lives certain people live on the road as nomads, quote unquote. But I didn't really like connect with the reasons why this character in particular was doing it, because on the one hand, like, I'll go down several different points here, right? Like, first one is that, she jumped from job to job to job. Like, throughout the course of the movie, she worked at an Amazon warehouse. Then she worked at,
which, like, for the Amazon thing, like, you kind of understand that that's very temporary. Like, that's something that's not permanent at all.
Sort of. But like, if she really wanted to like work for Amazon and thought that was a good job, move to Texas, there were easy Amazon jobs to get somewhere in the country.
I'm just saying
that time.
I'm just saying, like,
I understand that like it's a holiday position, a seasonal position at the one she was working at, but like, if that's the type of work you wanted to do, you could have like definitely found a permanent position somewhere. But that, I mean, that's neither here nor there really. Like, the point is, that was a temporary job, and then she jumped to like working retail on the side of a road somewhere in Arizona, and then she jumped to working in an RV park, in somewhere in the southwest of the country, somewhere in Arizona, presumably. From there,
Arizona.
Yeah, from there she followed this guy she had met in Arizona up to South Dakota to work in a restaurant. After that, she worked at a potato processing plant. I don't know if she may have had another job.
Yeah, we kept forgetting if she had another one.
But like, out of all those, like, sure, Amazon, like, you can argue, okay, it was a seasonal job. Like, there's a clear-cut reason why she left that job, right? But all the other ones, it's like, there was never an explanation of, she left this job because she didn't like it. She left this job because she wanted to travel to another area. She left this job because she got fired. It literally, there's zero explanation, and she just she just literally like cut scene, and now she's somewhere else.
Quite literally, it'd be like she was working in the restaurant, and then all of a sudden, like 2 seconds later, she's in the potato place,
right? Like, or like she's working.
Much of a just like jump around.
Yeah, I mean, like, she's a perfect, like, literal definition of a transient. Like, that's one thing, right? Where I don't think you can like if this is what she wanted to do, fine. Like I don't. The major disconnect I had with the movie was like there are reasons, like legitimate reasons, people live that way.
Yeah.
One of them is that they aren't able to hold down a job for whatever reason, so they literally are forced to jump from job to job to job. Another reason is they like want to travel to the country, so they want to like move to different areas of the country and whatnot. Or like there's a long list of reasons. This movie never gave us a reason as to why she was doing this.
Yeah, it never firmly explains why she like. It literally their explanation is having her sister basically say like, "This was always your lifestyle. This was always the way you wanted to lead your life," and it's like, cool, that's not even a fucking explanation.
Not an explanation at all, and it's like
that's what I'm saying. Like that's not an explanation. That's the only like the closest they get.
Right. And to me, you like they detailed really in-depthly like the struggles of living out of a van, the struggles of living the transient lifestyle on the road. But to me, like there isn't a clear-cut reason why she did this. Like you have to kind of infer, like take all these range of possibilities as to why she's doing this and like make your best guess at it. There's no clear-cut indication to the audience why she's doing this. Another, like, that's one thing. I think that like there are very valid reasons to live that type of lifestyle, but if you don't have to, you probably shouldn't, because it's dangerous and it's like not a way to, live like a socially healthy type of life.
Like it's not even mentally healthy,
right?
Like live your life,
and then that feeds into my next major disconnect with the movie. There's an instance where she goes and spends time with her sister and her sister's family, but first off, the only reason she goes to like actually see her sister or spend time with her sister's family because she needed money from her sister to fix her van when it broke down.
Which, like, quick side note, we had a quick conversation about this the other night where it was like, hold on, if you're living this lifestyle, and I guess it makes more sense if she drove from fucking Arizona to South Dakota.
Yeah.
But like, it cost $2,300, I think it was, to fix the van.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If you're living this lifestyle and you're working all these different types of jobs, would you not have enough money saved up to do that?
Right.
How much money do you legitimately have saved? But that's a side note that we talked about.
I mean,
it's a lot of economics talk that we do not need to get into.
And it's a little like ticky-tacky.
It is. Like it for sure is.
The theme this movie is trying to portray. But anyways, she spends time with her sister, and her sister rightly points out that like, hey, out of high school, you just left. You moved out to wherever the bumfuck it was. You left, your family. It would have been really nice to like have you in our lives,
even just a little bit. Like she makes the implication that she was not around
at all. Like there would be stretches of years between they saw each other, right? And it's like I cannot connect to a character who like completely disregards their family in that way, right?
Well, not even just that, like not only just disregards her family, but then like literally shows no fucking remorse in that scene.
Right.
Like they're like, I'll go back and fucking rewatch it. It's on Hulu. We can do that. We're like, I did not get a sense where she felt bad for doing that in that scene.
That's why I said like, these, like, I don't want characters to be like perfect people and they can, but you can also detract from a movie for the main character kind of being a piece of shit. And
absolutely.
Like, I think in many cases within this movie, like this main character was kind of a piece of shit. And like,
yeah, I'd agree.
To David, the guy she meets, David,
played by David Stratham.
Dave, who she meets at the
retreat.
The retreat
earlier in the movie.
And like who she follows to South Dakota to, work with in the diner. Like they end up going to his son's house to live for a little bit because his son had the birth of his son had just occurred, and so
he's granddad now.
Yeah, he wanted to spend time with his grandson, and Frances McDormand like went and spent time with them, but just like out of fucking nowhere, she just like up and disappears, even though there was like a pretty good connection between her and Dave.
Yeah, she just felt uncomfortable in the house. Is what I got from the movie, but like it still is it's a weird thing because she obviously had a connection with Dave, and basically just says like,
yeah, and there wasn't
she doesn't want anything to do with that anymore. She doesn't want that relationship, which I guess
I don't think you can definitively say that though.
I'm inferring.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm inferring from what I saw.
She up and leaves without any like goodbye or explanation there. Like that's pretty shitty. When she goes and spends time with her sister, like she's overtly a dick about, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, she gets into a fucking argument with one of her brother-in-law's coworkers, basically.
Right, telling them that, you know, what they do as a real estate agent is...
Yeah, it's fucking predatory.
Predatory, right? There's all those little things, right? So you take, you know, there's no explanation really for why she's a nomad or transient. She's kind of a shitty person at times. Like, she's horrible to her family. She's horrible to the people that try to connect with her. It's like, okay.
Brian did not enjoy this movie.
Like, what the fuck are we doing here, right? Like, cool. An expose on people living on nomads and people living this life on the road. Just make me a fucking documentary of the deindustrialization of America and leave out all this fucking character shit that, you know, is detracts from the actual theme you're trying to portray here.
I enjoyed it, so
I did not. Alex asked me, is it you or did Garrett ask if would I be more mad if this or Shape of Water?
Oh, I asked you this.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, admittedly, Shape of Water winning the Oscar
I already told you
was far worse than this. But
I already told you if you said that you would be more mad that this won than Shape of Water, I would kick you off the show.
Yeah.
Because that is a fireable offense.
But my point is, it's a really close call.
It's not at all.
For me, it is 100%.
No,
100% it is.
It's so not, especially in this year. Like,
okay,
no. You might get your wish where they give it to Trial of the Chicago 7, which like I think should win over this. I enjoy this movie a lot. I think this is a. And here's
what
the thing,
did you enjoy about it?
Here's the thing that you're like, and we're not talking about at this point. The cinematography of this movie is fucking incredible. It is some of the best cinematography out there.
Right.
And in this year, we're like,
you can't win Best Picture just off of cinematography.
We can't, but we can still talk about that in a review of this movie where you're shitting all over it and saying it's not a good movie. Where like cinematography does play a massive part in a moving picture.
I wouldn't. Okay, sure. I wouldn't even say Nomadland is like a bad movie. I think it's a
deeply flawed movie.
It's it's average movie with deep flaws that's getting high critical acclaim where I truly don't think it should.
Oh, I would agree, and I think a movie like Baby Teeth should be getting way more.
Okay, yes, yeah, Baby Teeth.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and that's why I'm not arguing with you too much on it. I just want to point out, like, the cinematography was really good. Some of the character moments were actually very deep and like well acted, and had a lot of depth.
The best fucking acting.
Depth to it.
The best fucking
I know.
Characters in this fucking movie weren't even actors. They're real goddamn people, yeah. Alex. Like,
I know. So, but I would be kind of surprised, but I think there is a chance where Child of the Chicago 7 gets Best Picture. I'd be kind of surprised, but
it's going to think this. I mean, this is kind of the perennial favorite at the moment, anyways. Like,
well, it's Trial of Chicago and 7 in this. Like, they're very neck and neck right now.
I don't know.
I would be kind of surprised. I think Chloe Zhao is going to get Best Director. I don't even think that's a fucking question. Whatever the odds are right now, I'd put $100 on it right now that she wins it. Like, I think that's a done deal.
Like, tell me, like, explain to me the positive attributes of this movie besides cinematography.
Like I said,
that she should win Best Director.
The last 10 minutes or so are some of the more interesting and deep philosophical like conversations that I've seen in a movie in a while, where she is talking to that guy who's like the head of the retreat.
Yeah.
And I think that back and forth and the way that they wrote it, I think that comes alive really well on the screen. I think that is what saved the movie for me. That is what made it really great for me. And that's why I think this sticks with a lot of people and why it's getting the acclaim that it's getting, because that in my head washes away most of everything that else that happens just through that conversation between the two of them.
Right. I will say there are definitely isolated incidences of like absolutely beautiful moments in this movie.
Yeah.
But they're so like crammed together with
just absolutely insane,
ridiculous,
not needed moments at all.
Right. Or just moments that don't make any sense to the overarching story or the overarching theme of the movie the artists are trying to get across to you. The perfect fucking example is they fucking cut to the scene of the guy playing the piano. Like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck is this?
That was super weird.
It was like some song about, let's raise a drink to dead people.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Ryan, what would you give this movie on a max Jindo head rating? I have a feeling our grades are going to be very, very, very different.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, I told you at dinner the other night, like, I just don't even want to rate this.
We have to.
Because, I mean...
Because if I give my grade, it's going to be the official grade of the Furloughed Film Talks podcast.
What did we classify as dumpster fire? What was
under
it cut
2.
Off? Under 2?
If you give this under a 2, I'd have to
kick No, I'm not giving it
it's 2. Not under 2 at all.
I think 2.75 though.
What does that equate to? Like a
50 something?
6.25? Yeah.
Oh, you mean like out of 10?
Yeah.
It's 5.5.
Yeah, that math equates. All right, so I'm going to give it a 4.25 as my grade.
Okay.
Bitch.
So we average out to
3.5. Yeah, which is totally fine. That's a 70. That's above passing.
I mean,
cinematography is great. I think the last 10 minutes make it a great fucking film. Some of the character problems are very fucking acute. But my God, it's an interesting movie. Everybody needs to check it out, especially if you're somebody who likes to see what is nominated for Best Picture or what's going to win Best Picture. This is definitely going to be one of them.
Yeah.
It will be one of the 7 to 10 movies that get nominated for Best Picture.
You think First Cow is going to be?
Yeah.
Okay. We really I might watch that again.
Okay.
So we can review it.
All right. Let's review it on the next show, Ryan.
No, not the next show.
Oh, in the future.
Sometime in the future.
Okay. Yeah. Well, now is a very special moment for us. We have a director and writer of a movie that just got purchased by Vertical Entertainment. It will be coming out sometime in May. Tried to get him to tell us when in May, but
I don't think he knows.
He doesn't. So I'm just messing with him. He was a super cool dude. We really want to thank him again for coming on. But here he is, Jon Carlo. And there is Jon Carlo. Thank him so much for coming on. Thank you to the PR people, his publicist, who helped us put all that together. If you want to, Jon Carlo is on Twitter at Jon Carlo, also on Instagram at I am Jon Carlo.
Badass dude.
Super badass.
Some little nuggets of info for those aspiring screenwriters out there.
Yes, and they also have a Instagram. That's why I'm on my phone right now, Ryan.
The movie does?
Yes, at Feral State Film is where you can check out the film on Instagram, making sure that is actually working. Yes, it is. At Feral State Film on Instagram, there will be a bunch of info on there as well if you're interested in the movie in May. But Brian, this has been a fun episode. We shit all over Nomadland, and
this movie that everyone loves right now.
Yeah, everybody's kind of talking about. Not really.
Actually,
Everybody's talking about I Care a Lot right now.
I want to be validated here because when I looked at it the other day.
Don't go off the audience score right now.
No, right? We can 100% go off the audience score.
No, because that's getting trolled right now.
It should. I mean,
no, it's getting trolled up across like a lot of movies.
It's higher now, though. So
look at the audience score for I Care a Lot and see if you agree with that.
Hold on. For Nomadland, onto Rotten Tomatoes, the critic score is 95%, and the audience score is 80%. For I Care a Lot,
it is 81% critic, and what is the audience score, Ryan?
Me, dude.
Exactly. You can't fucking. It's 35%.
Yeah, you can still. I mean, I would argue the audience score is more representational because it's across like so many more reviews.
But you like that movie a lot.
So
would you have given it a 35%?
Fuck no.
Exactly. So a lot of people think now that there's people just like bombarding the audience score to like drag it down with bots.
I don't really take much stock in either of those scores, to be honest with you.
I do in a little bit on the review one, the critic one, but to each their own.
I make my own fucking reviews, Alex.
Cool, Ryan. You'll give a shit when we're approved on Rotten Tomatoes. So
I will, yeah.
Exactly. So there's your fucking
hypocritical
take of the day.
Bring it down at least a
0.01%. Yeah. But everybody, check out Not Ryan on Instagram. Check out the Furloughed Film Talks Instagram at Furloughed Film Talks. Tweeters at Furloughed Film. And on YouTube, where we live stream every Monday and Thursday. Just go onto YouTube, search up at Furloughed Film Talks, and hit that subscribe button.
You don't have to hit at Furloughed.
Just hit that. Don't hit the ad. Furloughed Film Talks. But everybody, be safe. Have a good rest of your week, and we will see you on Thursday.
Adios, amigos.